It's an absolute pleasure to have one of our very prolific and full power instructors who's been there, right from the early days. Claudia, yes, Claudia Solis, all the way from Chile, who is also one of our mentors. So,
Yes.
she's also not only just been an instructor, but also trained lots of our instructors who've been coming through. So, let's start with your introduction. Do you want to tell us
Okay.
who you are, where you're based, what do you do,
Sure.
and your tagline that is more accurate than my tagline that I gave?
Uh, Okay. So, hello, everyone. My name is Claudia. I live in Chile, South America. I'm 54 years old, a mom of three
What?
children. Yes.
What's the secret?
And I've been with Summer Breath since 2019, actually. I think like in the beginning of, Summer became something very, very big and beautiful in the world. And I've been a therapist for almost 20 years. I work with energy, I work with flower medicine and visualization and meditation techniques. And when I was 48, I believe 48, 49, I had a full hysterectomy. They removed my ovaries and my uterus, and I was completely lost. I was disconnected from my body. I was feeling really weird, like I haven't, you know, have more life. I was even feeling depressed. And everything that I knew in that moment, from years of study of energy, years of study about flower medicine, nothing was really working. Nothing really. And it was the beginning of the pandemic too, right? So the world was like crazy in that moment.
Mm,
And I think that I have always been grateful for everything that I knew in that moment. I just stopped myself for a while and said, okay, this is something that I need to change because, the world is going to change and we cannot do the same thing that we're doing. And I need to find something that helps me to support this change. And I was looking for breath work. I'm going to be very honest. And because I was looking for Wim Hof actually, because I saw his energy and I just fall in love with his energy. I'm very like him, very masculine, powerful
you're actually a lot like
energy.
his daughter, Laura.
Yeah, you told me that a few
You look
times.
similar. You look like twins, like sisters,
Yes,
and you
that's
have the same
amazing.
similar personality. Yeah, yeah.
So, looking for Wim Hof, one of my very, very good friends, she's a yoga teacher, and she just, gave me a breath work in my WhatsApp. Let's say, hey, Claudia, just do this breath work. So I just put my headphones and I was listening to this beautiful music and rhythmical breathing, thinking in my mind that it was breathing with Wim Hof. But actually, it was your voice. It was a daily dose meditation about gratitude. It was my first breath work ever. And I have to say that in that moment, I just switched completely. I felt for only 20 minutes of breathing, I was feeling so differently. Everything was better, my energy, my mood, everything, my connection with my body. And I was like, oh my God, I need to learn this. Like, I just jumped into my computer, Google Summer Breath. You were in Thailand. Like maybe 1 week before you did your first online festival in Thailand. So of course I signed in, and this is funny because all my limiting beliefs. Okay, this is a meditation, very serious. I have to put some white, and they're very, serious when I do the breath work. And then you just came in into the online session, and you were jumping. I love my life with Orlando and Steven. I was like, I already fell in love with you guys, like in 5 seconds, because it was so different.
Mm.
Like, this is so amazing. How can I have fun? I can heal. I can, I have so much benefits for my health doing this beautiful technique. So from that day on, I completely follow you guys everywhere, everywhere, and I just start doing the training. And something that I really love to say to everyone who wants to become an instructor is that something that is really different about this program is that it's not only something that you will learn to teach, it's going to teach you so much about yourself. And this is something that I really always been grateful about Summer Breath, because you guys with your techniques show me so many things that I didn't know that I have, um, of who I can be, how can I become a different person, just doing breath work every single day. And that for me was huge because it's not only learning, it's only also feeling in my own life. How can I change other people's life? Because I'm changing too, right? So that was amazing. That was super amazing for me. It was just like I never ever had this experience before with anything that I learned. So for that reason, I just continue, taking your courses. And that moment, it was only level 1 and 2, but then you put together the TC, the transformational coach, and I just continue study with you. And while I was doing that, of course, I was integrating breathwork with everything that I did before. But in that moment, I was kind of lost about what kind of clients I want to work with, how this is going to, resonate with my clients that I had in that moment. And again, because of everything that I could see about myself while I was doing my own breath work, I see I should help women and I should just go to women who are navigating the same that I did before. And I still do some days, some months, like, like a wave. And I just completely put my energy into that niche, into menopause and woman aging, helping women to feel like they have so much things to do and to deliver. And like my Instagram says, it's just like age as a goddess, right? You don't need to just take away all the limiting belief about being all this painful, terrible, dark, and just, let's see how really being old is. It's amazing and magnificent and so much wisdom and clarity. And, it's beautiful. So that is why I put my energy into with Summer Breath. As soon as just saw that in one of my visualizations, breath work, with you in Ibiza, actually, in the first retreat there.
Amazing. So you actually found a niche based on what you've been through yourself,
Yes.
to work with the people that are like yourself, that you can,
Yeah.
really relate to, right? So and they can relate to you. So that's actually one of the best ways to find a niche if you're going to look for a niche, is look at what's the situation you've been through in the past that you've overcome, and then help those people to get to where you are. So yeah, that's a little tip for others who might be watching this. But tell me then about your actual training experience, like, and actually before you tell me about your training experience, like how it was to train, like what did you actually do before breathwork? What was your career before?
I was in a completely different thing. I worked for almost 22 years in a marketing company in a wine industry, actually. Beautiful job. I had the opportunity to go to travel around the world, tasting the most amazing wines. But I was in the marketing kind of, business, and I was doing my therapy after work, like a hobby, because my limiting belief was I never going to, live the life that I want just doing therapy. So I have to do like a formal job and then this hobby. But then when the pandemic started and with my surgery and just, feeling that this is something that we need to change drastically, everything that we're doing, we should just, be more, have more clarity about how I see myself in the next years. I was, confident enough, maybe 6 months after I was doing breath work to say, you know what, I quit. Thank you for everything. 23 years in a company. They were like my second home. And I say goodbye. I can't do this anymore. It doesn't resonate with me anymore. And I need to just get deep into my healing business. I didn't see my healing hobby yet as a business like I do right now. But I just trust myself and said, okay, this is enough. I'm just going to, jump deeply into healing, breath work, energy. So I was doing a completely different thing. And something that is incredible about breath work also is how these activate your brain in so many ways that you can be much an observer of all of your fears and how you can see that fears as illusions. Actually, it's just illusions. Once you see that, you just jump into the fear and do what you need to do and be successful. So that was like I just trust myself completely, and I changed my life and I changed my work like 100%.
Wow, that's a huge jump, huge.
Yes.
So tell me about that leap of faith you took and then actually embarking on the training. How was the experience? Uh,
Okay.
training through the course.
So imagine me, 49 years, knowing nothing about the online world. Like, really, I didn't know what Zoom was. Like, what is Zoom? How I should, how Facebook can do online. I didn't get anything. But okay, I have to learn, and I learned everything, and I love it. I was very resistant in the beginning, like, no, this is not for me. I'm just going to do, I'm just going to learn everything about breathwork and just do live sessions. I'm not going to get into the online world. But then, hey, we were 2 years completely blocked. I need to jump into the online business, right? So again, breath work and clarity and focus. I did, and I learned everything about how to use Zoom, how can I need, how I need to share the music, the technology that I need to have a good session, and everything is in the course. Actually, you have all the support you need, and and you know this, like the Soma Breath community is something that I never saw before. This is just a community that always are supporting, always are, talking to each other, to support each other, to build, to grow together. And you always have support. It was super easy to follow the steps, to just complete the content and doing the assessment. And so it was really, really, really easy and amazing. And every single content that I opened, it was like, oh my God, it's more. Like, it's more that I need to learn. It's not only, again, it's breath work, but it's so much behind this beautiful technique, like the music, like the meditation, learn about the brain and other things. So for me, this program is amazing. I mean, amazing, amazing, amazing. I really
You
love it.
even
Every
found
single.
you even found a business partner in the community too.
Yes, I have
So
very good friends
you
that I
can tell me
haven't
about that.
seen in my life, and we're friends. We chat every month, for example, with women from France,
Yeah.
Switzerland. We never met before, like Jackie and Catherine and Malika. I never saw them in person, but we always talking in Zoom and having coffee together,
Nice.
and we're friends. And then again, because breathwork gave me so much confidence, I told my husband that moment, the first retreat in person, I'm going to be there. I don't care where, I will be there. And as soon as tell everyone, hey, Ibiza is coming, and they just jump like, I'm coming. And I went, and it was amazing. And that really changed my life too. The
Yeah.
in-person trainings also really changed my life, because the amazing people that I met, because I met you in person, right? And Natasha and all your team, that was amazing. And that gave me another vision. Like, I love retreats. How can I, do this also all around the world, spreading the breath work and just healing and helping people. And then the third time that I went to Ibiza, I met my actual business partner, Piotr, and we already had our first retreat ever in Mexico. We are super happy. So,
How
yes,
was that? Tell me
again,
how was that?
so Mexico, I love the energy in Mexico. The first time that I went to Mexico, like 3 years ago, something happened to me energetically. I felt something really, really heavy, beautiful there. So that is my vision to do a lot of retreats there. And then I met this venue, and I met the owners of the venue, and they have the same vision like I like it's a healing venue. Just they want to create this space for people to go and heal, for example, from cancer or other illnesses, doing these kind of techniques, breathing, ice bath, sauna. We have a temazcal there that's beautiful. It's an ancestral medicine. So it was perfect, silence, full of nature. The food was amazing. Everything was perfect like I wanted. So I just, again, trusting myself, and we just promote our first retreat last year, and we already done it. So
Oh.
how could in what
How
in
was
less
the
than
retreat?
1 year, in less
How
than
in
one
less than
year,
1 year you done a
in
retreat?
less than one
How many people came?
6
To do
for
the
all over the world.
all over the world? 6 people. That's great for the first one. And
Yeah,
did you break
amazing.
even? Did you
We earn money.
make money? Yes.
Yes, and not few. We did it very well.
You did well.
We
Cool.
did well.
So when's the
We
next
did
one?
well.
You gonna do another one?
October in Sicily.
Beautiful. Well done. Dream team.
Yes.
So the first instructor training outside of Ibiza that wasn't yeah, well, wasn't in a conventional place. The first ever one in Latin America
It
uh,
was in Mexico City.
was with Claudia and Paulina. They hosted it, and I came and helped deliver the training with them. We did an amazing job, I think. Half Spanish, half English. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
great. And
that was great.
yeah, and that was the turning point for me as well to see this crossing over to a whole new country, a new territory completely. And it actually was quite a lot of people who came. So
Yeah, 12. We had 12.
yeah, so we need to keep going with that momentum.
I know, I know. We want to, we want to. But again, that vision about you coming to America, it was something that I worked in Ibiza too, in a visualization that we did together. And we did some sigil, magic sigil or sexual energy, Kundalini visualization. And I just saw you in Mexico. So it was like this again, just manifestation. And
Amazing.
then we manifest the wellness retreat in Cuernavaca also without you.
Yes, and that was another turning point. So you did a whole awakening retreat,
Uh,
and how was
yeah,
that? Tell me, how did that go?
that was amazing too. And it was very interesting because of the altitude. We really wanted to make people come to countries with high altitude because it's a completely different experience. How you really can feel then, the CO2 tolerance and how the oxygenation efficiency is like super bad when you're not used to that altitude and
Mhm.
the days that you need to, feel, balance again is crazy. And
Then
then we did a hike. Yes,
when you go back to normal sea level, you see this
it's like,
incredible change. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Your energy's gone through the roof. Yeah. So yeah,
yes,
tell us how
yes.
that went, like the feedback.
So the feedback was amazing. People felt super energized when they finished the retreat. They felt with like a very calm mind, very focused and energized, and they felt more strong also because we did a lot of exercises in altitude. We actually hike.
Mm.
You did that with us, the Teposteco.
Yeah,
We
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 did
hiked
one.
it to the pyramid
Yeah,
without opening the mouth, just
yeah.
maybe with one nostril, and it was very hard for some of them.
Mm.
But they really understand, the importance of even some people who went there a little bit weight, they decide to start, taking care of their bodies because
Wow.
they really felt how the lack of oxygen, just because also they were very overweight and they didn't have, the shape that you need to be very efficient with your breathing when you're doing in that kind of altitude places and doing exercise there. So it was amazing too. A beautiful people, beautiful group, a beautiful home. And again, and for the people who are going to see this, I never ever have in my mind that it was in my 50s, doing this kind of things, working a completely different business, being very successful in my own business too. I can say that I earned twice that I earned before. You know what is very, very, it was frustrated for me in the beginning, but then I understood why. Um, in the first 6 months that I just quit my job and I started doing breath work and integrating breath work with my clients, in 6 months I was earning the same money that I earned with my 23-year-old company. And it
Wow.
was like, it's so crazy how fear stop you. The fear of not making the money that I wanted was stopping me to do this. And as soon as I just trust myself and I integrate breath work and on meditation, visualization every single day, being very specific of the amount of money that I want to, earn and that I deserve it, of course, because I want to, deliver more. 6 months after, I was making the same money. 1 year and a half, I was doing the double.
Amazing. Incredible.
So,
This is phenomenal.
hey,
I
it's
love it.
possible if you
Satisfying.
focus really.
Yeah.
And then also because I think that again the universe is always putting showing you some signals. It was the perfect moment for me to be here because then Orlando asked me to guide the 21 Days Awakening journey with you, and then Stephen put me into the mentor course. But 2 years before, probably, my imposter syndrome, I will say, hey, no, I'm not prepared. Like, no, no, I can do this in another language. No, but of course I will. I do it. No problem. I will. And it works amazing, right? And I love when I have calls with students and help them to go through the program. And again, it's just opportunities that the universe may be given to you, but you don't want to see because you're scared, you're afraid,
Yeah.
you don't trust yourself, you don't have focus, you don't have a vision, and then you're losing all of those opportunities in your life to grow.
So tell me more about now your speciality. So
Yes.
things you do outside the training in Summer Breath, you also have
Yeah.
built an amazing, you know, whole system for. Uh,
Very crazy.
Tell us all
Well,
about
you
it.
know that in the world, no one really speak about menopause.
Mm,
It's now growing. Maybe in Europe and America, North America, South America, still we don't have too much information. No one really speak about menopause, and but once you start doing research about what is going on in the woman body, it's just the trigger to your nervous system because of the lack of hormones, and what you can do to balance your nervous system. Fast, easy breath work, right? So breath work will deliver different things for your own wellness while you navigate menopause, but also you need to work with your mindset too, right? You need to think differently about this. Not an illness, it's just a stage, normal natural stage of a woman, and you have a lot of natural things to do to navigate them better, right? Every single woman will pass this differently, but everyone will age and everyone will die. So I always have this question: how do you want to navigate that? Do you want to navigate this awake, or like a robot, right? Like, fighting with the symptoms, fighting because you're aging, instead of taking advantage of the beautiful world that is coming into this part of your life. So I'm doing a lot of research about it because there's not too much. There's a lot of misinformation. A lot of women feel ashamed to talk about this, the symptoms that they're going through. But it's bigger and bigger. And you know how many women are going to navigate menopause in 2024? Is 1.1 billion women. So
billion.
it's a huge market, billions. It's a
Wow.
huge market of women who need this natural inner pharmacy to really navigate, this stage naturally and with love and support, instead of, just pills and things that is not going to work anyway. It's going to just give you more problems.
Yeah.
So that is why I fight with this niche, because we still have 40 years ahead, right? I'm
Yes.
54. I have at least 40 more years ahead. So that is why I'm passionate about it. And breathwork is my main
Yes.
pillar of, from breathwork diet, from breathwork mentality or mindset, from breathwork exercise, from breathwork meditation. But breathwork is the main thing that you need to train if you want to really
Yeah.
navigate this in wellness, yeah,
So
with benefits.
tell me about some of the transformations you're seeing with this group of people.
Yes. So there's, I believe, three things that women really struggle more. One is the insomnia. They can't sleep, right? So we need to get into the breath work and to calm down your nervous system and get the cortisol get lower into your body. So that is amazing. I am working with women. I work with a woman, 66-year-old, that she was taking pills for years to sleep, and 2 weeks after doing breath work, she just stopped the pills and now she's sleeping like a baby. Beautiful, like so fast. The second one is the lack of energy. Okay. Lack of energy is like, if you don't have energy, there's no motion, there's no movement, no transformation, nothing. So again, breath work with the Mula Bandha technique to increase the endorphins, right? And to feel more energy will help you to, again, get your life in motion and start doing the transformation that you need. So again, I saw women like this. I have another client that she thought that she was depressed. She wasn't depressed. She was very low of estrogens. As soon as we start breathing with the Mula Bandha technique and moving the spinal fluid, she was feeling like going to run and doing exercise. She was feeling amazing too. It's just like about the
Balance.
hormones that
In the
she wasn't
balance.
doing really good. Yeah. And then the
So
third,
yeah, go on,
sorry,
carry on.
but
Yeah.
there's a third one very important, that is the lack of libido. The lack of libido is a huge thing for women because we came from this world that your value is into everyone see you as a desirable woman, like you are desirable. But now you are like, I don't want anyone to touch me, I don't care. And they women felt really crazy, like, how we're going to do this? Again, it's because of the lack of, especially estrogens and progesterones. But if we can produce oxytocin, especially oxytocin, I'm reading a book about oxytocin, by the way, right now.
Right.
Super interesting. And getting back again, and this is something that I also love about Soma Breath because it's so unique. Going back into your body without breath work is impossible. Like, you will not be in contact with your body again without feeling this trance of, energy coming into the body again, and learn about your pleasures. Once you're there, then we can again learn where is going to be my libido, because it's going to change. Okay. It's not going to be when you're 20. You have to learn again how you will, embrace that, how you're going to have this relationship with your pleasure, with you first, because we've been for almost 30 years giving pleasure to others instead of giving pleasure to me. So
True.
that is a huge one, but
True.
it's completely possible with shaking, tribal dancing, pelvic floor technique, faster
Nice.
rhythms, and you just like feel like fire.
So this the hormonal cycles are all rhythmic. They're biorhythms in the body. So we teach in Soma Breath that the all these biorhythms are subservient to the rhythm of the breath. So do you
Yeah.
see this, that the rhythmic breathing makes a big difference in?
Yes. And women, when women start get older, they change the pattern of the breathing. They start breathing faster because of
Yes.
the struggle of the nervous system. So
Yeah.
the first thing that you need to do is to calm down your your breathing, your
Slowly.
rates, right? And be more aware about who you are, and start learning about who this woman is going to transform, because it's a transformation. You know what happened that is really funny, that I always speak about this with my women too. It's like when you were a teenager, when you were a girl, and you start, having your menstruation, you start bleeding. Do you remember how crazy that was? That there's so many changes that body goes through. And then you have maybe 6 years until you're 20, 21, when you start feeling again in a in balance, right? Why you don't give yourself the permission and the time and the love? Because this is just the opposite. We start producing sex hormones in our teenagers, and now we stop producing. So your body will change anyway. But we have this negative feeling of the menopause instead of, so many positive things about it. So many, but we just think about the negative ones. Yeah.
What are some of the positive things?
You don't bleed anymore. You don't scare because you're going to get pregnant, and that give you a freedom, that crazy freedom. Second, you again start, embracing your time, and it's the moment to stop to think about what else I want to do in this life, and what I don't want to. Three, you don't care about how other people think about you. You just
Mm.
don't care. This brain is changing. You just don't care about, not every woman, but usually you just don't care about it. Four, um, there's a sensation of confidence, I will say, that if you really work with your mindset, it's going to be your power. There's no one will tell you now you can't not do that, or this is impossible for you.
Hmm.
We have so much strong about who we really are and what we want. So and then also, how you feel more confident about also love, and what do you want to love and how do you want to love, and see the important thing in life instead of, you know get distraction for things that are not really important. So it's a lot to process, but I'm loving it.
Brilliant. I love it. I'm so glad you found your flow and your calling in life. So, for
Yes.
anyone who's thinking about becoming an instructor, let's say they're curious, but they're sitting on the fence a little bit, tell me
Yeah.
a little bit about what you would advise, and also a bit about honest, like what
Yeah.
is to be a successful instructor,
Yeah. Sure.
what you need
So
to do,
I
what
think
it takes.
I think that become a summer breath instructor is for everyone who wants to awake. I will say that even the program is for people who are in a completely different world, lawyers, whatever. If you're really feeling the calling, and this is going to be happening very fast in this year because the vibration, it's super high. So
Yeah,
if you're feeling that, you can completely change, doing something that is not
yeah,
resonate anymore with your life, right? And change. And it needs commitment. Okay, it needs
yeah,
commitments. It needs to be organized and focused, and it will require an investment, of course. But while you doing the training, you have also marketing instructions and marketing directions and marketing information with Summer Breath that if you're really organized and study, you 1 month after you start your program, you can start building your business and start learning with other instructors, right? So it will take commitment, and it will take time to really see where is your business coming. It needs a lot of work. Okay, this is no one is going to knock your door and, hey, here is the perfect plan. Here, this is the perfect Instagram. So you will be with, no, it takes a lot of work, a lot of work. I don't feel like it's work because I have so much fun and I love it. So I don't feel like it's work, but it will require organization, investment, study, and vision. Okay, where do you want? And when you learn about the average perfect day, what is your average perfect client? What is your average perfect salary? What is your average perfect, right? All the time, because it will change. It will change even year after year, right? So it's very easy to follow. It's a lot to learn. So many, so much, so much, much, much. You're always giving, giving, giving. I love that because I feel like you're always pushing us to learn more. And I think that is very good. You don't stay like, I know everything now, so I can just go. No, this is just like always learning and learning and learning. So, but it is super possible to become successful, to live the life that you love with work, of course, probably with, some moments that you feel like, oh, this is not going to happen and whatever. But that is why the community is here to help you. And it will require maybe 2 years, 1 year and a half, 2 years. It took me less, maybe 1 year, to really feel like this is amazing. I have everything that I want. But it will depend on the person, but it will require time, commitment, and you have support in the program also with mentors and other students that will help you to get there, right?
amazing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Well, it's been absolute pleasure speaking to you again, Claudia.
Yes.
Full power to you, and I'm looking forward to seeing all the new things that you start to
Yes.
make
Remember
happen.
that healing is not always boring. With Summer Breath, you can heal having fun. You can
Yes,
heal dancing and laughing, and it's beautiful and so different. That is so different from other modalities. So yes, just need to jump into it.
put the fun back into wellness. Yes, yes.
Yes, please.
All right. I love it, Claudia. Amazing. Thank you so much. Much love.
Thank you.